Hello, I hope you're well. It is I, Lost Wolf, and we are going to be playing some Ultima 4. And in Ultima 4 today, we're going to finish off the mainland stuff. I also want to fly the balloon one last time before we stop doing that, because the balloon is going to drive me crazy. There's one thing we need to do with the balloon, and I'm just going to do it. We're going to bite the bullet, and we're going to get it done, so... Sure, let's do all that. Let me do some housekeeping. And then let me get us going. Okay, housekeeping all done. Let's get the game up and going. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Game. Okay, so we are at the balloon. We're waiting for west wind. This is actually the west wind we're looking for. Oh no. Oh my god. We have to restart because I'm an idiot. We're waiting for an east wind. Of course. We're waiting for an east wind. There we go. No, don't take me south. East is perfect. Drop me off. Here. I don't think I'm quite at the right spot. Let me just see. I am waiting for a north wind. A north wind to get us down a little bit, but not very much. Where am I? Okay, so I see a bit of wood here. Yeah, we need a north wind to go down a little bit, but not much. North wind, come on, do it. Okay, now we want a west wind so we can go east. Oh. Oh no. Oh, I should have saved. We were so close. And then I blew it. I should actually just save every step of the way when I do this. Because otherwise there's going to be drama. Okay, so we want to go west. That's east, which is the wrong way. That's south, which is the wrong way. Get me west. Do it. I believe in you. Oh my god. If it just keeps I was gonna say, if it just keeps blowing west, it'll be fine, but what it's currently doing is not good enough. Yeah, this might be too high. Like, if it just keeps going east, and then if we... Oh my god. Go north? Yeah, I'm just gonna bail. It was... We need to be going east, so we need a west wind. That's correct. I was so close. And then because I was dumb, we blew it. I should have saved every step of the way. Give me a west wind. It's east. Wait a second. I need an east wind, right? Because I want to go west. Yes, I need an east wind. Please don't change. Oh my god. If you change, I'll just cry. No. Oh my god. Oh no. Whoa. Descend. Descend. We need to go west a very little bit. How many squares do we need to go west? Oh god. It's like 1, 2, 3 squares west. I don't think I'm going to be able to see that though. So we want to go west because we want to go east. I should save. Come on. That's not the right one. That's not the right one. You can do it, I believe in you. East is... Oh no. Seriously? Wow. This is torture. That's why we're doing it at the beginning of the stream. We need to go west because we want to go east. I think I went one too many to the... Yeah, I went one too many. I went one too many. Yeah, okay. I need to go west 1. There we go. Now we need... I'm going to save. We need to go south because we want to go north. And I think this is now properly lined up. Oh, that's wrong. Sorry. If it just immediately changes to south, we'll be fine. Okay. Torture. Ah, it didn't take me up far enough. What I think I should do is I should approach this by degrees. So we should be in the air for like a handful of tiles. And then once it changes, I should maybe save it when it hits the south wind because I think it's actually changing. It's saving the state of the wind. There we go. Okay, we need to save. Alright. So we need to exit. We want to talk to this. Funny. Are you serious? How can there be no response? What? Hello, Miss Cat. Did you know that things have come to a sudden abrupt halt in this game that I'm playing? I thought honestly that this was an ankh and that you needed to talk to it, but I guess we don't need to do this. This is just not a place we need to be. We need a north wind because we need to get out of here. Like, I suppose technically we could take a south wind and then walk around. I'll wait for a north or a south wind. North wind. Oh, terrible. All of that. We got there. And then it didn't matter. Okay. North is fine. There we go. Exit. Okay. Let's get out of here. Hi. So what we want to do now, there are two places that we haven't been on the overworld, and the one place we haven't been is Empath Abbey. So that's the next place I'm going to go. Oh, I wanted it. I just wasted a gem. Jesus. But hang on. Let me just show you this. If you peer at the gem, you can sort of see there that you could actually get into that spot over there. I mean, peer at gem is pretty cool in this game, I guess. It gives you a small version of the overworld. This is not great though, because anything breaks the peer at gem, and you've just thrown away a gem, right? I don't honestly believe that it is actually worth it. So, oh, hold on, cat, hold on. Okay, I am back. Okay, so we want to go to Empath Abbey, which is gonna do north over here. Am I in the wrong spot? I'm in the wrong spot. Give me that. Where's Empath Abbey? the right of where I am. I am Doofus. Okay, Empath Abbey. Right, so what we're looking for in Empath Abbey are hidden walls. I don't think there's anything else we need to do here because I think that we've got everything that we can get. There isn't anything here, is there? No. Open. We can, however... There we go. Right, this was how we learned that there were hidden doors and walls. Because there was all of this over here. And somewhere over here there's... Oh, I guess there isn't. No, I'm just confused. Did we ever talk to this guard? Name? She says, I am the past guard. Oh, well, we know about the past guard. And then we were going to jimmy this lock to get outside, because we now have keys and we can. That was the only other place that we hadn't been here. Where? There is a spot. Oh, this is an Antos, isn't it? Name? Yes, this is Brother Antos. We need to talk to the Antos folks. Where's the connections? Antos. I could have sworn us. I could have sworn I made a note in maybe Cove or Antos. Where was it? Was it in Vespa? Where was it? It won't be... Oh, do I maybe not? Hold on. Gravity Gamer says, good day, Lost Wolf. Hello, I hope you're doing well. It is good to see you. There we go. The Lyceum, Empath Abbey, Serpent's Castle, will there go further? Yes. Find her in all the named Antos and ask for the bell, book, and candle. I never actually made a note of Zoran in the connection spreadsheet. This was in Castle Britain. So, where's our connections? Did I really not do that? Zoran? Oh, I did not. Wow, okay. So, in Castle Britain, Hold on. In Castle Britain, there was a guy called Zoran. Zoran told us when we asked about the castles about the Antosses. So he says we need to ask. We asked him about castles, and he says the Lyceum, Empath Abbey, Serpent's Castle. Wilt thou go hither? Find they all named Antos, and ask of the bell, book, and candle. So we need to speak to. This is Brother Antos, Sister Antos, and then Father Antos, and they are going to be in different places. We know that Brother Antos is in Empath Abbey because we're here now, and we need to ask them about the bell, book, and candle. Now that's going to give different responses each time, I think. I don't know where Sister Antos and Father Antos are. We'll discover them as we go. But if we say book... Oh, okay, so they're going to respond to one specific thing. So bell, and then candle. There we go. So Brother Antos is specifically candle. Okay, and then he says, let us need the candle of love to enter the abyss. He's going to ask if we have it. Dost thou know where to find it? We've got the candle already. Dost thou know where to find it? We already have the candle, so we can say yes to this one, because one of the things we have is the candle, yes. He says, very good. Here is the proof, because if we look at our stuff, we've got... Oh, we don't have a candle. The candle's the thing that we've been struggling with. I should actually ask him about this. Tea, yes. Tea? Candle? No. Meditate on love at our shrine, he says. Okay. On love at our shrine. Okay. So when he's saying our shrine, I think he means the shrine that is due north of you, because that's the closest shrine to here. It could also be, and I might be incorrect in thinking that there is a... where we were at Empath Abbey. I'm pretty sure that I just want to add Brother Antos's response about the candle into the actual Empath Abbey spreadsheet. I don't know, because we've never checked, because we've never gone out the door. I don't know if there's a shrine in Empath Abbey itself. Shrine? Sorry, hold on. He said a whole bunch of things. Love? He said abyss. He said meditate. And then he said shrine. Okay, so we can get out of here. We don't actually know. I'm gonna go in here. Get out of the way, please. Okay, there's nothing hidden or special there. We don't know if, and I don't think that there's anything hidden or special here. And I don't believe there's anything here. Okay, cool. So the sentence I'm trying to get out is that we've never jimmied this lock before. There we go. Open. And we've never been into here. Now we need to be careful, because I think that if we go too far to the north, like if we go one step north of here, we just end up going out. So I don't want to waste the key that we just used. So I want to talk to the people that we can talk to right now. Diane. What I'll do at the very end... Yeah, okay. What I'll do at the very end is that I will walk north and see if it takes us out. If you peer at the gem, I think that you see that this is quite a big area. We'll do that once I get out of this conversation. But I don't think you can go all the way north in this area. So your name is Diane, and your job? I counsel those who enter the grove. I counsel those who enter the grove. Okay, so tell me about your health. Good. Tell me about counsel. Oh, I spelled it wrong, but it only counts the first 4 letters, so it's fine. Herein thou may find insight into love. Insights into love. Within thyself. Or the others here in the grove. Okay, sure. My interest is enter and then grove. Oh, interesting. She didn't say anything about the grove. Insights. Thyself. Others. Okay. I counsel those that enter the grove. Huh. I mean, I guess there's not really a lot to that. But anyway, if you peer at the gem here, you can see... Oh, actually, we can't go further north. I didn't realize that. There's still a bit due north of us that we can go and sort of see. Anyway, there's a couple of people here that we can talk to. So, you meet a solid bard. There, Benjamin. Name? Oh, we asked name, sorry. Job. I relate to love and compassion. Okay. And your help? Fine. Oh, he's gonna ask us a question. Art thou well? We're gonna say yes. Very good. Okay, so he said that he relates love and compassion, so let's say relate. Love. When the 3 combine in 8 ways, love alone is compassion. When the 3 combine in 8 ways, love alone is compassion. I think my supposition about the principles was correct. So hang on, let me show you what he's saying. It's easier to show you than to do the one and talk about it. So if I'm going to bring up that book again. If we look at this once more, right? And it was exactly like I was saying, because we learned this from somewhere else. If you have compassion in this circle over here, because remember, my supposition is that these three big circles are the three principles. So we have love here, we have truth, and we have courage here, maybe. And if we have compassion here, we can only have love in this corner here, because these others here, like if you say, for example, that love is here, and you have truth there on the right hand side, right? Then love would be comprised of, let's say, valor or honesty or one of the others. So you'd get two items pointing towards both love and courage. But the only corner that you can do, I mean, you could say it's any one of these three corners here. Yes, you could. Because maybe not this corner though. Maybe not this corner. Because my supposition is that if you look at this diagram, right, this over here, this little triangle is a virtue. This is a virtue. This is a virtue. This is a virtue. Hold on. I've lost track of how many we forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, maybe it's not the way I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gotta, okay. It actually has to encompass these triangles here as well. At first I didn't think so, but I think that if I count it correctly, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then because pride was part of this, pride will just never fit into one of these, right? So it would be 9 minus 1, which would give you 8. And so I think what it is essentially saying is I'm correct that love is maybe here in this upper left-hand corner, or, I mean, in one of these corners. Because we'll probably learn that one of the other virtues, let's pretend it's spirituality, is also only joined to love through this corner here in upper left-hand corner. So I kind of think that's what's going on. I'm not sure. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's continue this conversation. We are at Empath Abbey. Okay, so that was what he said about love. He said compassion. Compassion. Of the 8 avatar attributes, compassion is derived from love alone. He's just restating what he said before. So he's talking about the strict relation between love and compassion. And he's just restating his formulation on love in a compassion sentence. Okay, so 3 combine 8 ways alone. Okay, and then he said avatar attributes derived. Okay, and that's basically all that he's got to say to us. Let's get out of here. Are there other people? There are other people. You meet us on a manger. His name is Lastro. Tell me about your job. I follow the spiritual path. Okay. Tell me about your health. Most well. He says most well, and he's going to ask us how we're doing. And we are good. Yes. Good. So he says he follows the spiritual path. Follow. My spirituality is not a religion. But a searching to know, improve my own inner being. He's making not what I would call a wild claim. Like, I think that it's become clear to people that you can separate the two things. You can separate spirituality from religion, and you can be spiritual without being religious. So it's easier to think of religion than it is to think just by itself of spirituality. It's easier to think of religion because religion usually has a deity figure or deity figures, and it's easier to see how you might relate being spiritual in that sense to religion because you are being spiritual in your worship of the deity figure, right? But you can separate out spirituality and religion by saying, oh, well, I'm going to be spiritual in the sense that I'm going to look for purpose, or I'm going to look for meaning, or I'm going to look for ways that I can help and uplift other people, right? And so in that sense, your spiritual path is a little bit different than it being a religious path, because you're basically being moral and upstanding for the sake of being moral and upstanding, not because some religion told you this is how you should be, right? So you can separate out the two, and that's what he's making the point about here. He says improve inner being. Being. He says my being is based on my own truth, love, and courage. Okay. So I don't really know whether it's worth pursuing this idea. If you're being moral and upstanding for the sake of being moral and upstanding, then generally you'll have principles. But the problem with being moral and upstanding is that I'm not going to say that religion is a good outcome for spirituality. It's just because I've already said that you can separate the two. It's not worth trying to tie the two together like that, right? You can have them separated. But the thing about this is that you could be what you think of as moral and upstanding, and your moral and upstanding nature is just wrong in the face of what we consider moral and upstanding behavior. Like, you might internally think that it's okay to steal from someone to give to someone else. Maybe they're in trouble, right? That would make you moral and upstanding because you're helping people. But then when you think about the grander scheme of things, that's not really how being moral and upstanding works, right? So it's very important to think about, in this sense, it's very important to think about the broader range of human experience and how your moral and upstanding framework should fit into that greater experience, because it's, as I say, very possible for you to be on this garden path that is entirely wrong and still feel like you're being moral and upstanding. Okay, so my own truth, love, courage. can't believe he didn't say anything about improving. There, Deirdre. Name, job. I ponder love and justice. Oh, fine. They're probably gonna ask art thou. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna say yes, and they're going to probably tell us something like very good, most good. Okay, so they ponder love when 3 bold 8. When 3 bold 8. Truth tempered by love. Okay. So we can sort of start actually filling in this diagram. And I did say that I was going to try and do some of that yesterday. But then when I sat down to do it, I realized that like just plopping down love and compassion in one area made no sense. We'd need more information before we could actually start filling in a diagram. And here we're starting to build a little bit of how the diagram is supposed to look. Because it says here when 3 bold 8, so it's talking about the 3 in the center. You get truth and then love, and those two things. So truth and love, which are both principles, become justice. So in the spokes somewhere, there's going to be a spot where we have truth and love side by side, and that ends up being justice. Okay, cool. 3, 8. Love. Okay, we've got this. Justice. Justice. Justice is one of the 8 avatar virtues. And derives from truth and love. And derives from truth and love. Okay, sure. We didn't ask about truth. Oh, okay. Avatar virtues. Derives. Okay, I think we're done here. So now what sort of worries me about this is that if we go too far to the east here, we're going to exit stage left, and if we go too far north, we might end up... You meet a hearty tinker name. There, Thomas. Their job? I'm thinking of love's part in sacrifice. Okay. And your health? Fine. Thyself. We are also fine, yes. Good. So they're thinking of love's part in sacrifice. So love. Love of others. And the courage to face even death is self-sacrifice. So what this is saying is courage is made up of love, which doesn't make sense because love is a principle. Because courage and love and truth are the three principles. So he's saying that love, which is a principle, and courage, which is a principle, I guess that makes sense because you could have self-sacrifice. You could have that setup where I was talking about one virtue would lead to two principles. He's saying that courage and love lead to self-sacrifice, right? So we can start filling in some of the spokes on this diagram. The one thing that I'm almost sure is going to happen with this diagram is there's going to be a very specific order that the diagram has to be mapped out in, because that will tell us how things work when we probably approach somewhere near the end game. We're going to get a little quiz and it's going to say slot these pieces into this puzzle, and this puzzle will be how, or this set of answers will be how we'll solve that puzzle. Okay. We were talking about love. Let's talk about sacrifice. Sacrifice is built upon on the motive of love and the ability of courage. Okay, so we know about love. Okay, sure. So now I'm a little terrified of walking north because I don't think we're going to... we are. I thought there was more to that. Hold on, I'm a little confused. Open? If I'm standing here... Oh, okay, I'm at the very edge, sure. Is there someone here that we need to know about? No. Okay. Is there someone... There's this guy who we've spoken to. That's Thomas. I just want to ensure that we've spoken to everyone. This is Benjamin, because I don't want to keep wasting keys like this. This is the greeter. There's no one here. There's no one there. This is Deirdre. There's no one there. Okay, cool. I think we've spoken to everyone here. Okay, we have a lot of information now that is going to let us build up how the diagram works. It's not going to finish the diagram off, but it's going to give us a good idea of how the diagram should work. Cool, okay. So that is Empath Abbey. I need to remind myself that in Empath Abbey there are no hidden spots. Row above. No, there is a hidden room. There is one hidden room. That leads to a treasury. And a door that must be jimmied to discover information about the diagram. That is correct, right? Because if we go into Empath Abbey, there's... Yes. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that is correct. Okay. Great. Okay, so we can move on here. What's interesting is that there's nothing like here and nothing here. Yeah, there's just nothing there. Weird. Okay, cool. So now, the only other place that we haven't been on the mainland, I think, is Pause? Yes. Okay, so let's go down to Pause. Pause is way down south though. I gotta be careful because it would be very easy to walk too far to the left and to miss Pause. So I've gotta really be on the right here. So if I go down here, Pause is super close to Trinsic. Okay. We need to go around here, and then once we go around here, we can just hang a far right here. And then there's a pair of bridges here. And then there's our horse, and then this is Pause. Okay, so we're looking for hidden spots in Pause. There's a hidden spot here. Okay, there's immediately just a hidden spot there. Okay, so there is a hidden spot in Pause. There's a magic shop here, which we didn't know about before. Okay. A blind woman turns to you and says, "Welcome to the Mandrix. I am Sheila. You need reagents. Where's Moonglow here? Because I need to borrow..." Margot's setup for a minute. We are in Pause. Thus is Sheila. Okay, tell me about... Yes. They have everything but the two things I want. Okay, so their price per sulfurous ash is 3 GP. They are more expensive than Margot. And then I'd like none. Yes. Ginseng. 4 GP for ginseng. That's actually cheaper. And then we want... I'd like no. Yes. C is garlic. 2 GP. That's way cheaper. Wow. None. Yes. Spider silk. 9 GB, that's way more expensive. none. Yes, blood moss. 6 GB, that's the same. And then we would like to know, yes, and I'd like the price for Blackpool, please. That's 7 GB, that's cheaper. Okay, cool. There's nothing else here. No. Is there any... No, okay. So that's here. That always worried me because I didn't know what was up there, so it's good that we now know. Can you actually go... No, you can't. Anyway, so the Folly Tavern is here. We need to talk about Nightshade. Oh. I still don't know what's up with this. Yeah, I still don't know what's up with this. Okay, there is... Right, we need to jimmy that particular lock in order to get there. And we walked all the way here, right. And we talked to this guy over there, I believe. Did we know? Huh. Maybe I do just need to jimmy that lock. And we need to talk to them. There's the market, that's where we buy food. And we've spoken to this guy. Let me get out of here very quickly. And save and then enter. And we're gonna jimmy this lock super very quickly. Talk to this guy and then I'll take the 10-minute break. Jimmy, yeah, open. Hi. Yeah. Oh no, I don't want to fight this. Open. Open. Talk. You mean a tough call? Oh, we didn't ever talk to Francesca. That's not a name that I recognize. Yeah, we never talked to Francesca. Francesca, yes, that's spelled it correctly. I'm gonna take the 10-minute break and I'm gonna come back, but I'm gonna do it after we've had this conversation. So, have this conversation and then we're gonna head off for 10 minutes. Name, job, hero, stable hand, dog. Health. Right, good. Okay. I am the stable hand. I forgot to write that down like an idiot. Stable. I am the way. I saw the way you dealt with old Red Eye. Huh? I ran away from what I assume is old Red Eye. Because I didn't want to kill it just in case. You haven't come to steal a horse, I hope. No, we're not here to steal a horse. No. Then must be to see Smith. Oh boy. I have been waiting for... We are into... Let me just super quickly consult with Twitch. I've been waiting for 44 hours now to bump into Smith. And the reason I've been waiting for 44 hours to bump into Smith is because we're going to encounter a very dumb thing that Origin did here. And we will all laugh at it, I guess. Okay. Stable. Isolated all red eye. And red. Red eye? Oh, okay. Steel. Horse. She can't tell me about horses? What? Smith. Smith. The talking horse. Oh, sorry. I meant to type that into the spreadsheet and wasn't really paying attention to where I was typing. The talking horse. Okay, so talking. Oh, she can't help us with this? Really? Okay, well, I guess we're here to see Smith. Bye. So Smith, I think, is one of these horses. There we go. Smith. Oh boy. Here we go. I am Smith. Name. Job. Job. Oh, not much. And your help? Good, good. Much? I cannot help you with help. Hint? How am I supposed to get this thing out of Smith? I'll look it up really quickly. Oh, okay. How am I supposed to know what I'm supposed to ask Smith here? Oh, it happens in Ultima 5. Sorry. I thought that it would be doing something in Ultima 4, but it doesn't yet. Smith is important, we'll come back to Smith. But we'll come back to Smith in Ultima 5, which I think we're going to play this year. Anyway, I'm going to take a 10-minute break, because I thought I was going to get something out of Smith, but we're not. And when we get to Smith in Ultima 5, I'll explain what was supposed to happen here, because it's actually oversight on Origin's part that Smith doesn't do anything here. He's supposed to provide a function in this game, and then he doesn't. And then in Ultima 5, they're like, whoops. And that is what we'll see when we get there. So I will be right back. 10 minutes. Okay, I am back. Right, so let's get out of here. Bye, Smith. Open. Oh my god. Don't. Thank you. And I think that makes us done with here. Let's get out of here. So we want our boat now. Because our boat makes it easy-ish to get to the spots we want to go to. Which is to say we want to go to Jalam and all those places. Oh my god. So this should be where Castle Britain is. And our boat should be here. I like how we killed the dragon with one hit. And we're having a lot of trouble with this orc. Very dumb. Okay. Where are we going? We are going to Jalam, so we're gonna go down to the Cape of Heroes and we're gonna like skate around the Cape of Heroes. So from where we are, we need to go south a lot. This is pause. Oh no. Thank God they didn't actually knock out my ship's hull. I don't need a second boat, it's fine. But it's cool that it's there. Oh, Ultima 4. Wow. The wind. The fated end boss. And then I think we're at the point where we go left. Because there's a whole bunch of little islands. Yeah, this is the point where we go left. And then south, like just a very little bit. Because this is the southern tip of the Cape of Heroes on the right hand side. But if we go a little bit to the east... Oh, are you serious? I have to go all the way around. Wow. There's a spot here where we can just go north. And once I'm done fighting with the current here, if we just go west from this point, we should just bump into Jalam. And this should be Jalam. I am gonna ready my stuff because I don't actually want to kill this guy. Man. Ready my wand. Get me out of here. Am I on the wrong island? Oh my god, there's 3 islands and I'm on the wrong one. I think I'm on the one that's way down south. Oh yes, I totally am. Very good. So dumb. I mean, it is sort of interesting because if we go over here, this is where the shrine for Jalam is. I mean, we already knew this because they already told us long ago where it was, so this is not a surprise. We're gonna save Jalam. Can I not get into here without killing these guys? I don't really want to kill them. Well, I don't think so. I don't see anything hidden there. And I don't see anything hidden there. Well, Jalam is turning out to be a bit of a bust. This is the exit. Yeah, hi. We've spoken to this guy, right? Damn. There, Aesop. We've spoken to Aesop. I remember that because I pointed it out. Where is Jalam on the spreadsheet? Jalam. There. Yes, we spoke to... What we haven't been doing, and it's very bad that we haven't been doing it, is I haven't been looking for connections that lead to places. So like we just skated by Pause not 10 minutes ago, and there may have been a connection in Pause that we needed to make. Likewise, we went up to Empath Abbey, and again, apart from Father Antos, there may have been a connection that we were supposed to make and it never did. So we might have to do this again, like at some point, where I just follow up on the connections. Let me just see, is there anything in Empath Abbey that we need to be aware of? I don't actually think that there is anything in Empath Abbey. Oh, actually there is. We needed to talk to... Oh, we've done this. Hang on, because we got the horn. Yeah, we got the horn. Right? I'm correct in thinking that we have the horn. Why? Yeah, I should have actually marked this off long ago. Wow. Because that is actually done. We spoke to Brother Antos because we went to Empath Abbey and we finally worked out what we needed to do there, so I'm just going to add a row below this. We are going to go to Empath Abbey. I'm going to find Brother Antos. Where? Brother Antos, yeah, because we have to ask him about the candle. This is the thing, I need to just, we seriously need to just, occasionally check in with the spreadsheet, the connection spreadsheet. Because there's occasions where I'm just not actually following up on things. And now that I'm looking at it, and cleaning it up, it's much better. We still don't know where that is. Okay, there was nothing really in Empath Abbey. Was there anything in Pause that we didn't connect up the dots with? Pause. Yeah, we can't figure out Lady Tessa yet, because Lady Tessa and Sir Simon are in Pause, but they want us to be a full avatar before we can get the mystic weapons and mystic armor. So we can't do that. So that's just a dead end for right now. Okay, and I don't see anything in the spreadsheet for Pause other than that we are in Jalam. I don't think that there's anything that connects up to Jalam. I just want to make sure very quickly as long as we're here. But my guess is that there actually isn't. There's a thing that starts in Jalam. Yeah, there's a couple of things that start in Jalam, but nothing ends in Jalam. Although X is here, and I think that the third part of the key is... So the more we do this, and the more we talk about the bell, book, and the candle, the more I think that the candle and the book and the bell are the key. Okay, cool. There's nothing we need to do here. Let's just see if we can find hidden spots. We've looked up there, that's right, because we were going down this way. That's how we ended up in that little nook over there. There's a pub here. There's nothing here, there's nothing here. There is this, but we've been through there. That's just... It's locked until you unlock it. Oh, wait a second. Doesn't this... Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't take you out there. I'm gonna just super quickly save, jimmy this lock, and make sure that there's nothing hidden here. Open. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Wow, that was dumb. Open. Oh. Open. Wow, weird. I think we have talked to this guy though. I can't. I gotta jimmy the lock. Open this. Talk. You meet a 6'5" great warrior. This is Joffrey or Jeffrey. Joffrey or Jeffrey? I think I've spoken to you. Jeffrey. Oh no, I didn't think. Wow, I didn't talk to Jeffrey. Jeffrey. How did I not speak to Jeffrey? He's just right there. What? So confusing. Tell me what's your name. Tell me what's your job. I lead in the battle. Okay. Tell me what's your health. I am good and strong. Lead. Battle. Battle. I desire to fight again in battle. Maybe I didn't notice down this English. Maybe I didn't note this down because this is just all like me fight. Desire? Fight. Again? Battle. Oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't note this down because it was just, there was nothing to it. It was just, I needed a battle. I decided to find a battle, and that was it. But like, really, we didn't talk to a lot of people here at all. There's not like a lot of notes on the spreadsheet. Name? Yeah, we didn't ever talk to Max. Wow, okay, Max. Sure. Tell me about your name, tell me about your job. Job. I am the housekeeper. Oh, you know what? There was a point where I was like, if something had nothing to do with the game, I was just lopping it out of the spreadsheet. We more than likely did talk to Joffrey, and we likely did talk to Max. But there was just nothing forthcoming from either of them. So just like, cool, let's forget about them and move on. I'm going to keep them in the spreadsheet now, because we know a little bit better at this point. Is there some problem with the room? No. I clean the room. Rooms. Is there some problem with that? We say no. Oh, you have me wide. Okay. Rooms. That's a strange one. At the end. At the end. People often appear. Really? There must be like a teleporter in there. I think we've been into that room and nothing happened. Worried? Strange. Disappear. Okay. Bye. Let's open. Is it this room that he means? Search? I don't think he means this room. This is Jeffrey. Bye. I don't think he means these rooms. I think he means specifically this room, if he would ever get out of the way. Please go. I think he means this door. Yeah. Open. Search. 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 Hi. I am Lord Robert. Yeah, we didn't ever talk to Lord Robert either. Wow. There's gaps in my knowledge here. Job? Job. I battle for Lord British. Oh, again, this is just a nonsense conversation that goes nowhere. Are you a valiant warrior? Are you a valiant warrior? We said no last time, I think. We're just gonna say yes. Yes. Thou dost deserve the rune. Ask Nostro. Thou dost deserve the rune. Ask Nostro. Nostro? Nostro might be here. I want to say that we've seen Nostro somewhere. Health. Outstanding. Okay. Battle. Battle. Battles are few and too many. I don't quite know how to pass that. He's saying one thing and then saying another thing and the same sentence. I think what he's saying essentially is that there are a few battles, but when you do get into battle, there is too many people. That's not been the case for us because we're just solo at the moment. We will be solo for a long time in this game until the very end, and then we're going to pick up a party and just go clean up the rest of the game. Okay, so he says battles are few and too many. British. Britain. Valiant. Why? Thou must battle long and hard to be a warrior. Okay, so Rune, Nostro. I think one of the things that frustrates me the most about this game, like I love the game, don't get me wrong. So far I think that it's like a Ultima holiday. I still stand by what I said about 15 hours ago. There's too much Ultima 4, right? There just is. There's no two ways about it. It's too intertwined with itself and too complicated. And if we weren't keeping notes, we would be so lost, right? But one of the things that is starting to frustrate me and work on my nerves a little bit is when someone tells you about someone else and you ask them, hey, tell me about this person, they're like, can't help you with that. That is very mildly frustrating. This game would be a little bit faster. I'm not going to say it's going to be much faster, but it'd be a little bit faster if they just hinted you about where the other people were. That would be great. I would appreciate that. Anyway, so he can't tell us about the Rune or Nostro. Okay, I think we've got everything we can get out of him. Why? I dread killing him, because this guy was saying that there's something fishy about this room. But I dread killing him, so we're not going to do that. I think we spoke to everyone else that's in this area. This is Luke. Did we not talk to Luke? We did not talk to Luke. Wow. I just fell down when we got here. Name? Job. I seek the inner light. Your health? Quite well. Inner light. I come from Scarbray. Am I sure this is Jalam though? I'm pretty sure this is Jalam. This guy's saying a thing that's very similar to a thing that we saw elsewhere. I come from Scarbray and I'm on my way and am on my way to you. Has not been Scarbray, yes. When we came through here first time, I think we said no because we hadn't at that point. Yes. He says, a fine city. I'm going to finish this conversation. We're going to walk out. We're going to walk it back in. I'm going to just make sure that I am actually in Jalam, because I'm a little terrified that I'm taking notes for a place that we're not actually in now. Okay. We asked about light. Okay, so Scar. Wait. You. Test the city based on virtue justice. Tell me about the city. Tell me about you. Oh, we asked about you, sorry. Virtue, justice. Okay, bye. Alright, let me just make sure that we're actually in Jalam. Yes, okay. For a minute there, I just didn't know what I was doing as my note taking. You meet Lady Donna. See, again, this is not a person I had in my spreadsheet at all. So, Lady Donna. Job. I watch over my sheep. I remember having this conversation, and I remember excising this from the spreadsheet because she just said she hates watching her sheep. Health. Fine, all but the lump in my stomach. Oh, that's right. We also had this conversation, and I excised this out of the spreadsheet because calling your baby, if you'll recall, I had this whole big spiel about calling your baby a lump. Not awesome. Tell me about your what? Tell me about your sheep. Yeah, I can't stand sheep. Right, I'd excise this because it had nothing to do with anything. Stomach. Baby. You can't tell us about her baby. Bye. You meet a great fighter. Name? We do know Gravnor because we've spoken to Gravnor. Okay, cool. It's found an altar. Okay. Bye. I'm gonna talk to everyone again and make sure that we've got everything from everyone. We didn't make notes about Slyers. We probably did talk to them though. Because this name is very super familiar. Name, job. I fight battles. Okay, and then your health. Health. Only minor wounds. I'm noting only minor wounds down because I think that there's a reaction to wounds when you talk to him about it. Fine. Battles. True valor is seen. True valor is seen. Not in a force of arms. But in a force of all. Okay, so art thou valiant. I believe we have valor up at full. I think we can say yes to this. Then never flee unless the need is dire. Then never flee. Okay. True valor. I display my valor in battle. Okay. Arms. Whoa. Flee. Okay, and then he said, so we talked to him about wounds or minor. Oh, okay, sure. I thought he was going to say something about that, but he didn't. And now I feel silly. Sure. Bye. Damn. Oh, this is X, right. We still don't know what to do with X. There's a whole conversation tree with X where he says, I seek the stone, and then you tell him stone, he says red stone, he says red is for valor, a virtue of the avatar. Art thou an avatar? And we say no, because true, we're not yet. Then thou shalt need the red stone and one altar room to get to the third part of a key. And then he dropped an entire bit of conversation like a hot potato. Because I wanted to say that we went through red, we went through valor, we went through virtue, we went to avatar. And he was just like, okay. And he didn't give us anything. Sorry, we went through red and it gave us red as for valor. But then we went through valor and virtue and avatar and he was like, I can't help you with that. So, there's more to Mr. X than meets the eye, I guess. Bye. We still don't quite know what to do with him. You mean this is Sir Othgar? We did talk to Sir Othgar, because if you'll recall when we got here, I was like, oh, I love his name. So, this is Sir William, and I believe we spoke to Sir William. Oh, we did not. Okay, sure. Sir William. Name, job. I search for valiant fighters. I seem to recall this conversation too, because I think we said no. He said, are you valiant? We said no. Art thou valiant? We said no. I'm going to say yes now, because I think our virtue is up at 4. So I think it's okay if we say yes. Then he says, strive ye to defeat all evil. Strive ye to defeat evil. Oh, I must have excised this out of the spreadsheet because this again goes nowhere. So we can ask him about valiant fighters. Defeat evil. Evil. There we go. Kill not non-evil creatures, but still always stand thy ground. That is correct. I remember this, and then I think I bailed this out of the spreadsheet, so that's why Sir William doesn't show up, even though he's like in plain sight. But again, I'm just going to keep it in now so I don't forget, and so that we know that we've talked to him. Non-evil and creatures stand ground. Okay, the other thing I wanted to ask was valor. Okay, why? Why? And we talked to these because of the Bengard. We know about Bengard. Yes. Why? This is funny, no response, and funny, no response. That's correct. Okay, and then I think that's it. This is Timrod. I think we spoke to Timrod. We may have done. I may as well just retract them out of the spreadsheet. Name, job. I find well. Your health couldn't be better. And then fight. There is no holier spot. Yeah, I remember this line as well. Spot of ground than where defeated valor lies. Art thou brave? I guess we can say yes this as well at this point. Fortune and fate helps the brave. Okay, cool. Holy ground defeated brave. Be brave, for there is much today. Fortune. There. Okay. Sure. Fine. And then there's no one in these corners. Yeah, there's no one in these corners. And I think all the guards are much of a muchness. This is Aesop again. So I'm gonna talk to one of the guards and then we're gonna bail. That assumes I can get a god to talk to us. Give me the stone god name. God. Yeah. I think we had gods in the list and I threw out everything I had to say because there was no point in that again. Job. We got the gates in these passages. Okay. Oh. Well. Gates. Gate. The gates of Geelong. Yeah, you see, this is just, it's going nowhere. The gates of Geelong. Oh my god. I just erased my entire sentence. Because I am done. Okay, so, passages. These passages are restricted. I wonder how you get in here. I wonder if it matters that you can get in here. You know, it occurs to me that I don't think we ever asked about restricted. So I'm gonna do that in a second. Geelong. There we go. We never did ask this. Restricted. He turned it away. Oh. Oh my god, he can't help me with that. Okay, well, that just led nowhere. Okay, I guess there's something happening due north and south of us, but we'd have to kill a god to figure it out. And I don't know if that's worth doing today. Like, we're basically out of time. But I'm going to save here, and the first thing that we're going to attempt to do tomorrow is kill a god so we can come in and see what's back there. We shouldn't really be doing that, and it's going to wreck our it will 100% wreck our valor. But if we're just going to peek in and then dip out, it should be fine. Okay, so what I did here is this is the Geelong spreadsheet. Everything from Jeffrey down is new. Because I took notes evidently, but I bailed on lots of this because it was just like, it went nowhere. So Geelong's, I think, done. Like I say, tomorrow we're going to kill a guard so we can get past one of them. We'll just zip in through the side, see what's going on, and then zip out again, because it may be that there's something interesting that we need to see up there. And there must be a game appropriate set of steps that you can take to get in there. But as long as we don't know what's up in there, we may as well just see. And then if we can figure out how to get in there in a legal way, we will come back to Jerome and then figure it out. That's the one thing that happened in the spreadsheet. The other thing that we did was we went through pause. Where's pause? We went through pause, and you can see here that the only new stuff that happened was with Francesca and Smith, because Francesca and Smith were the only two new people that we encountered. We went to Empath Abbey. That was the other place we went to. Empath Abbey. And then here's the Brother Antos thing for Empath Abbey. And the rest here Diane on downward was new because we went into that little grove area, and from the grove area we spoke to people. While we're here and while we're looking at the spreadsheet super quickly, I want to see if we can figure out where Nostro is. Because maybe that's just a thing that we need to do tomorrow first thing. Nostro. Nostro. I don't see them there. Yeah, they're not here. Okay. I need to actually make sure that I add Nostro, that note about Nostro to the connection spreadsheet. Nostro isn't going to be in Geelong because that's where we are right now. It was, who told us about that? It was Lord Robert. It was Lord Robert. While I'm thinking about it, I'm at Geelong, so let's not forget that I'm at Geelong. Connections, where's Geelong in the spread? This part of the spreadsheet. Geelong. Geelong. There's Geelong. Okay, we'll just stick it at the bottom of here. Yeah, because I didn't ever do that. Insert. Row above. And then this is Geelong. And it is Lord Robert. And we need to take this away. We are looking for Nostro. We don't know where Nostro is. We know that we need to ask him about the rune. And we don't know what his response is going to be. He might go, oh no, you're no longer valiant. What are you doing? Okay, cool. So that's done. We were at Geelong when I stopped looking for Nostro. Scarborough. Nope. I'm a little worried that we missed people in Magencia actually, because in Magencia people are moving around all the time. And so I'm pretty sure that at some point I need to go back there and we just need to like press gang everyone into talking to us. Oh, I don't actually think we've seen Nostro yet. Because so far, this is not bearing any fruit. Let's search through the spreadsheet. Yeah, maybe we just haven't seen them yet. Because we're coming up on the end of the list of people that we can look at. Yeah, Vespa. Sure, and then Cove. Yeah, maybe Nostro is on one of the other. Yeah, maybe Nostro is on one of the other islands, and we just need to get there. Okay, nothing happened to this at all. The map. The map is just like it is at the moment. We did try and fly up to here to talk to this Ankh that isn't an Ankh, it's just a decoration, I guess. And then that was about the worst part of today. But today was, again, pretty productive. We got some stuff done. Alright, I will see you all tomorrow. Please have a wonderful evening. Please be safe. I shall see you all soon. I'm gonna eat and sleep. Tomorrow's plan is we're just gonna carry on looking for hidden places in the towns and cities. There's some connection stuff that we need to do, but I want to do that all in one big go. Like we need to go to the castles and we need to talk to the word about every liege in each castle. That's one of the things that we need to do that I know that we can do. There's a couple of other like connection things that we can knock out. But I first want to make sure that we found all the hidden places before we do that, because that way we can ensure that we know we've seen the most people in the most places, and that way when we get to actually doing connections, it's just a case of cross-referencing, going to the place, getting the connection done, and then moving on. Once we got the connections, my next plan is to start doing dungeons, because I don't think that you need a party to get to the bottom of every dungeon but the last. You do need a party for the last one. I don't know why, no one will tell me, and I don't want to know. But I do know that you need a party for the last one, for, I guess, game reasons. But I think all the other ones are fine as long as we just dip down, get what we need, and dip back out. And that will be what we will do. So, yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. More of this. We're not approaching the end. This is just, it's we gotta steel ourselves for the fact that this was made in a time where putting a long number at the back of the box for how long you're going to play it was a thing that people did. And so when we chuckled at, oh, it would be 100 or 200 hours, I don't think it's going to be that long, but I do think it's going to verge on 60 or 70 hours and then we'll be done. For a first time play, I'm not really surprised. My understanding also is that as we play more of these, especially past 4, they do get longer and more involved. And I'm like both scared of that, but I also value what these games are trying to do. It's a much slower style of RPG than we used to, but it is an interesting way to put together an RPG, and I'm glad that we're following up on these. So there you go. All right, now I really am gone. Goodbye. Have a wonderful evening. Please stay safe.